So Alan Colie was acquitted of shooting Tanner Cook. And, first off, Tanner Cook he's mild compared to some of these pranksters. There are other pranksters out there way worse than him. So I've seen a lot of hate on his last video that he posted like 4 weeks ago. People are commenting tonight for some reason, clowning him. And I understand where they're coming from because these YouTube pranksters are scumbags, but he's actually mild compared to the other pranksters. But here's the problem, and I've said this all along, what's going to happen is there's going to be an innocent person like Alan Colie, who was working a job as a delivery driver, minding his own fucking business, and these two punks come up to him and harass him, and he has to defend himself, and he sat in jail for 5 or 6 months now, awaiting trial. They acquitted him, but they found him guilty on another charge, a gun charge, and they won't let him out of jail yet. So this guy's life's been upended because some young punks want to use him, basically use people for views, and that's ridiculous. So they should just let this guy out immediately. I don't care if they find him guilty of another charge. Honestly, what he did was basically, if you would have watched the video, it's out now, he basically just walked away, tried getting this guy to leave him alone, just put his gun out there like a nonchalant way, like swatting a fly and shot him. Didn't try to kill him, just shot him. Basically, me, I would have handled that differently. I would have kicked the shit out of the guy, but some people aren't as tough as me and can't handle themselves, so he felt he had to do the only thing he could do. So he should not be in jail. That's why I keep telling people, the longer they allow these YouTube pranks that harass people in public and do this type of stuff, it's going to keep happening. And to be honest with you, I'm glad they didn't put this guy, find him guilty, because if they would have found him guilty, these YouTubers would have just kept doing it and doing it. They're still doing it now, but they would have thought they can get away with it. Now, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, someone's going to shoot me if I fuck up. And they're going to get away with it, and I'm going to be dead. So it's a good thing this jury found this guy innocent, because if you looked at him, he was just minding their own fucking business, working his job, and these punks came up to him. And like I said, Tanner Cook, he's mild compared to these other pranksters. There's a plethora of pranksters out there, at least 20 to 30 that I've seen, that deserve worse than Tanner Cook got. I mean, these guys are the scumbags of the earth. I always called these pranksters the cancer of the internet, because what they do is they go out there and they harass other people in stores, usually older people that can't defend themselves or whatever, for views, and their incel fan base loves them. They're like, oh, this is great, you're so talented, you're gonna have 1 million subs, and these people have no talent at all. My theory is, when you have to use other people's reactions for your comedy, that's not talent. That's not even entertaining. Ed Bassmaster, that's talent. He's entertaining. If you notice his pranks, nobody ever gets mad. They laugh. There's one guy that got mad when he was like, I walk. That's the only guy, and that guy was probably just pissed off. But these guys, they're the cancer of the internet. So, like I say, Tanner Cook's mild compared to these other pranksters, but this guy's life was upended. He should not be in jail. The judge should just let him out. He's been in jail 6 fucking months now. Let him out. You convicted him on another firearms charge. He spent enough time in jail. And Tanner Cook, I hope you learned your lesson. You shouldn't do that. I mean, obviously you didn't, because you uploaded the video, 4 weeks ago after this shit happened. But he hasn't posted nothing since, so maybe he has learned his lesson. Maybe his parents said, you're not going to fuck around, no more, do this. But these other ones out there doing it, they should have a law right now in the United States or everywhere that says if you harass people for views on YouTube, then you are culpable for what happens to your own self. So in other words, if I'm in a store and someone's harassing me and I'm carrying, I can do what I want to him, because I'm just minding like I said, this guy was minding his own business, working, a delivery driver, and he gets accosted by 2 punks, and now he's in jail 6 months. Like I said, if it was me, I would have just kicked the shit out of the guy. But this guy, obviously, he's not a tough guy. He's a little shorter guy, can't defend himself. He feared for his life. So Alan Colie, I hope you get out of jail. You don't deserve it. I'm glad they didn't convict you of a serious charge. And like I said, if you watch the video, he didn't try to kill the guy. He just basically swatted him away like a fly. So Tanner Cook, I hope you learned your lesson, and these other YouTubers, for the love of God, stop harassing people for views. Get talent. If you want to go in public and make videos, at least be entertaining and stop using people as props, because that's all they do is use people as props. That's all they do. Balin Levine, that clown, all right, he made a lucrative living. Him and his little high school buddies clowning people in stores. He made a nice living doing that. I mean, so I understand why these other kids want to do it, but there needs to be a law passed that if you do that, not only are you getting charged with trespassing, there's going to be a crime involved, because you're going to end up someone's going to end up by getting killed. Someone's going to actually end up by getting killed. And I don't want to see anyone else sit in jail when they're minding their own business. Imagine going to the store and minding your own business. You get accosted and you defend yourself, and you're sitting in jail for like 10 years because some young punks wanted to use you as a prop for their YouTube videos so they can make money. It's not right. It's not fucking right. These kids are the cancer of society. And there's fucking degenerate adults doing these pranks too. My age, they do this shit. So, yeah, I hope they let this Colie guy out. And Tanner Cook, I know you learned your lesson, but there are other YouTubers out there that were more deserving of what happened to Tanner Cook because he's mild compared to these other ones out there. Trust me when I tell you, there are other ones out there that are fucking really obnoxious and an embarrassment to the human race. Anyway. Oh, I'm mental.